In this video, I'll show you how to add a 3D model to your components. So this is a switch that has no 3D model in OrCAD Presto. All right. It does have the PCB footprint, but no 3D model, as we see here. So what I'll do is click on the plus sign in a 3D model. And if you don't know how to get to the 3D view, you can go to the visibility tab, which is in the view panels, and then choose visibility panel. Really, you would expand this, and you by default you have your layer selected, but I'm going to go over to this view, and by default you're usually going to have 2D. Set this to 3D. Even if it's in 2D, you can go over to the properties panel and then choose the plus sign, and it will automatically kick it into 3D. Here I have a 3D model, right, that I'm going to first put this in my 3D models folder. So typically I like to keep all my 3D models in the same folder, like right here in my PCB project. So now that it's there, I'm going to go ahead and open it. The 3D model appears. Now, if your 3D models come out, if you download them and they're bland, you can use Fusion 360 or some other CAD software to color them. And if you don't know how to do that in Fusion 360, go ahead and check out my video where I show you how to do that. Okay, so what I normally do when I import the 3D model is click Auto, and then, oh, nice. So that almost never places it exactly where it needs to be. I usually have to rotate it or something afterward. Very good. But let's say you didn't work like that for you. What you can do, and don't mind me clicking manual here, what you can do, let's say it puts it here, for instance, and flips it around like you didn't expect. Well, what you can do is use the rotate buttons to rotate it about some appropriate axis, and then afterward choose which surface you want to be in contact with the top of the PCB. You would choose top, use the shift key and the middle mouse button simultaneously to rotate this thing around in free space. And you would click the surface that you want to make flat contact with the PCB, and there you go. Right. Once that's done, you can go ahead, File, Save this. And since this is actually the footprint, saving this saves the footprint. This is not a separate 3D view or anything. The engine is embedded. Okay, so that is how you would add a 3D model to a PCB footprint.